Hello, my name is Kweku and welcome to PHP Grammars. Today I have something for you. So I have what we call PHP CRUDLib. What it basically does is that it's a PHP CRUD library. Okay. So to create an application with PHP that has to connect to database, you have to save the database, fetch the results from the database, update, delete, and so on. I personally did this library for myself. Just a single file that you just have to put in your code. Okay, then just move on. So I always have to write my SQL statement whenever I'm doing PHP vanilla. That is pure PHP. I have to always write select star from this, select star from that, insert into this. It's a whole lot of repetition. So I just created a simple library that will just help me. Okay, so what we are going to do right now is that we are going to create a small project. So let's say you are an intern in a company, okay, and the company wants to take the bank numbers or bank account information from the staff. So previously they write it on paper, but as an intern, you want to be smart enough and put some small electronic system in place. So while they're at home, they can fill the form and they submit to database. Then you can go ahead and pick the results and give it to your boss. All right. So this is the PHP CRUD library. Okay, we will come to it first. Okay. So first of all, assuming you are new to PHP or the whole web development thing. So first of all, what you need right now, I want to give just some brief intro to it. So you have to get a server, okay? So you go to apachefriends.org/download.html, okay? Then you download the server, okay, the web server. So based on your PC, whether you are using Windows, Linux, or Mac OS, then you download. Okay, so you have to check the version, but I prefer you download 7.3 or 7.4, okay, or 7.8 if you are okay with it. So as a newbie, you have to download this particular software, the web server. So once you download and install, you will get something like this. Okay, so the moment you download and install, you get this. So you just click start. Okay, you have to also click start here. So we are starting Apache and MySQL. Apache is the web server and MySQL is the database management system. Okay, so once you start this, you see the ports running here. You have 3306. Yours may be different, but this is how mine is. So I'll just click on the admin on the Apache. I click on admin on Apache. Now you can see that I have my dashboard. Say welcome to XAMPP 7.3. It means it has been successfully done. Okay, so if I want to check my database, I also click the same thing here at the MySQL admin. All right, then to open the MySQL for me now, I have my SQL database here. All right, so these are a couple of databases I already have in the system. Okay, so if you are new, you may have few or you may have none. So once you are done with this, then it means you are okay. All then basic things you need to start a PHP application is done. So what you have to do is that you have to create your PHP application, the files into your folder, then you run it on the XAMPP. So to do that, you have to put all the files in a folder called htdocs. Okay, and it can be found in, if you go to this PC, go to the drive C, and you go to XAMPP folder, then you go to htdocs. Okay, so this is where you put all your codes. All right, so this is where we are going to put our code. So let's start our code. So I'm creating a folder called staff bank. Okay, so this is the application. So all my files will be in this particular folder. My PHP files will be here. And what I need next is to type my codes. Okay, I need something to type my code in. I can use Notepad or anything that's gives me the chance to type something. That's text editors. But right now I'll be using what is called Atom. So you can navigate to atom.io, right? Then you download the Atom for your PC or your device. Okay. So once you are done and you store, you get something like this. Okay. So I have something like this for my Atom. All right. So what I need to do is to drag the folder here. So I just have to drag my folder. So I'll go back here. Let me minimize this one. Then I will drag my staff folder here. Okay, so now I have my staff folder in the Atom, so I can easily create my PHP files and go ahead with it. So what I need to do is to create um, a page, okay, that the user or the staff will enter their information, the user, their name, their bank details, then submit to the database. Okay, so first of all, I'll need HTML and CSS to create the page. Okay, then the PHP will handle the backend code that will process all the information to the database. So let's go with the practical. So now let's create our HTML page. This lesson is not going into HTML, but we'll be doing a little bit of HTML. So this is my start page. So let me create HTML. So new file. My name is index.html. If you are new to web development, your first page or your first file that you want your program to run first in the folder should be called index. So if it's PHP, index.php. And now we are doing HTML, so index.html. So now I have this. Okay, so I can just type HTML. Then I have my HTML starting. Okay, as I said, we will not be going deep into HTML, so I wouldn't be explaining all those HTML styles. So right now I need a style. Okay, so what I need to do is add CSS. So I'm using external file. Okay, so I don't have it here. So what I need to do is to create all my CSS code in one file. Then I will link it here. Okay, then I can go ahead and design my nice HTML. But for the sake of time, we're going to do shortcuts. No, you're not going to learn CSS as I said. So we're using what is called Tailwind CSS. Okay, it's a library or plugin, whatever you mention, may take it to be. So it's Tailwind. So let me go to tailwind.com. Okay, so tailwind.com. So this is a tailwind.com. You have to download the CSS package. Then, oh, sorry, I guess I'm lost. Okay, so sorry, the same place, Tailwind UI. All right. So then I'll go to documentation. So once I go to documentation, then I'll just download the CSS file. My internet is very slow, so I don't know why. So once you have loaded the documentation, okay, so it's tailwindui.com/documentation. So now we have different ways to install the Tailwind. Okay, so let me search for where I am. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, no, sorry. Okay, it's Tailwind CSS. Oh, I got confused. Tailwind CSS. Okay, .com/docs. Okay, so this is what we need. So let me go to the installation. Okay, just scroll down a little bit. They have different ways to install, but some of them are advanced, some of them are simple. So you choose the one you want. But I just want to grab the Tailwind, grab the Tailwind file and download them. Okay, so where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so we have it here. Okay, so I can just copy, then open it in a new tab. Okay, So once it's load, I can just download. Control S. Okay, so now tailwind.min.css. So let me go to my htdocs, then find my staff bank, then just drop it here. Okay, so now I have downloaded my file. Okay, so I can close this one. So if I should go here, now I have my tailwind.min.css. Okay, I don't need to modify anything inside. Just move. So now I have my Tailwind CSS. Okay, css.main.css. So now I have my CSS already done. Okay, so what I need to do is to create a nice HTML page and we move on. So I just put anything. So let me create. I have to create a form. Okay, then form. Sorry. Okay, then I can put anything here. All right. So let me check and test. All right. So if I want to open my file, sorry, my application, I will put localhost. Okay, I'm using port 8012 because I have intentionally configured my system that way, but you don't need to do that. Okay, so localhost slash, we have our staff bank. Okay, so now you can see we have what we wrote there. Okay, so what I'll do is that I'll go to the Tailwind UI, then I'll just copy some HTML there. Okay, so for the sake of time, I'll just pause this video. Okay, then just move ahead. Okay, so I'll go to this one, try it out. Okay, so tailwindui.com, and I click on try it out. Okay, so now it's giving me a couple of them. So let me see the one which will be suitable. Okay, so so I think this one will do. This first name, last name, email address, maybe bank number or something. All right, so I just copy the codes here. Okay, so welcome back from the pause. Okay, so I've changed this one. Okay, so this one, when I was typing earlier, it was Tailwind CSS domain, but it's not. That's not it. That's not it. Okay, so this is a Tailwind.main.css. All right, so after my design, this is what I have. Okay, so I have this. Okay, so the staff will put their bank name, maybe for example, maybe GCB Bank. Okay, that's in Ghana. Then branch, maybe Accra. Then account name, maybe PHP grammars. Okay, then account number. You put all this information there. All right. So when the user finish inputting, you type submit. Okay, then it will submit to the PHP code, and the PHP will save the information into the database. That's all. We are done. So now that we are done with our HTML, so this is how the HTML is in brief. Okay, so we have a form. So this is the form that we have. Okay, we have a form. Okay, then we have the method is post in the action. The action is where we want to submit the form data to. For now, we are not submitting to anywhere yet. Then we have inputs. Okay, we have the bank name inputs. Then we have the branch inputs. Then we have the account name inputs. Then we have the account number inputs. Then we have our button for the, okay, so we have our button here. So this button, the name is submit. So that is it. We are done with our HTML and CSS. Okay, so once again, I use Tailwind CSS. Okay, so you can go ahead to the Tailwind site, tailwindcss.com or Tailwind UI to browse and read more about it. Then you can get going. So this is what I have so far. This is what I have. Okay, so I have this. So now what we have to do is that we save the information to the database. So So first of all, let's check if you can connect our HTML to our PHP. So let me go to the code here, right click, new file, then let me say save underscore bank.php. Okay, so save bank underscore details. Okay, so save bank details.php. So this is how you save PHP files. What we did earlier was HTML. And to write PHP code in the PHP file, you have to first start with less than sign, okay, or greater than sign, okay, then question mark, then PHP. Okay, so using this, I have shortcuts. I can just type this, then I get what I want to. Okay, so the less than sign, question mark, then PHP. Then you close with this. But currently, we don't need this again. Okay, since the latest PHP, you don't actually need to write to end with this. Okay, so this alone, whatever you type here is assumed to be a PHP code. Okay, so we have this. So what we have to do to actually test whether if our file is working is, let's do something like echo. Okay, oh yes, the file is working. Okay, so oh yeah, okay, oh yes, the file is working. So now we have this. Okay, so what we have to do is go to our HTML page, then we go to our form. Okay, so we are creating our form, then our action, let's put save bank details.php. Okay, because it's in the same file, that's why we are typing it directly. If it was to be in another folder, it would have been slash, maybe the folder name, okay, maybe folder name slash this. Okay, all right, so since it's the same folder, then we just need to type it straight away. So let's test and see. So let me refresh the page, let me put something here. Okay, so GCB, okay, account name PHP grammars, then let me submit. Now we have our file working. It means that our form is able to communicate to the PHP directly. So when you submit our form, we are sure that our codes or our data from the form is going to the PHP file. So then we have to be working on the PHP. So the HTML lesson will pause here. Then all the codes from here will be PHP. All right. So this is our PHP file. Okay. So this is our PHP. Okay. So let me undo this. Okay. All right. So undo this. Let me just declare a variable as bank name. Then we do this to get the post. Okay. So we are using this. So the name of the bank input is bank name. So we put that one here. All right. And say and just end it with a semicolon. All right. So if I should do echo bank name, it should actually give me the bank name. So let me go ahead, just reload. Okay, resend data. Yes. All right. So now I can see that it has actually got made this. All right. So this is how we are going to continue our PHP code.